Hello again guys, and welcome back to another Big Al's Real Fighting video. And in this video I just wanted to show you the sort of how I personally practice and train when I haven't got a sparring partner. So in this particular workout I do actually do my weights training as well, but that's obviously not shown. So obviously to give you the background that I'm doing this as alongside a fully fledged weights training workout. But at the moment what I'm doing is I'm just basically warming up. I'm sort of shadow boxing for all intents and purposes here, practicing drills, thinking in my head, if I was going up against an opponent, what would I want to do regards sort of kick defense was actually my specific focus here. So you notice I'll be raising my left knee, which is the kick block for a Muay Thai kick, bang there. But then I'm thinking, well, how can I come off that? How can I turn a defense into an offense? So the moment I'm blocking and I'm throwing stamps in, so I'm like block and front leg stamp or rear leg stamp, as you saw there. You see me throw a few right roundhouse kicks and things like this, and you see in my head I'm just trying to switch my head on, so to turn it up, so to speak, to switch myself on and make myself a little bit sharper. Shadow boxing's good for creating scenarios in your head. If your opponent does this, this is what you do in return, and it helps develop muscle memory, and it helps you do it in the ring without even having to think, whilst at the same time, as you can see, loosening the body up. You can see I'm throwing those kicks and helping develop my flexibility that little bit. Now on here I just wanted to follow that through and practice my kicks on the bag. So I'm throwing kicks at relatively high power, pretty much full power, not quite 100% there, but pretty much all the way, as hard as I can go on a bag like this, essentially. And what I'm doing is partly practicing technique, although there are a few mistakes that I'm making, so it's good. Watching it back, my hands aren't always in the right position and things like this, but I'm just trying to think in my head, well, this is not a sort of sparring scenario, as I say, that this is me just sort of limbering myself up and getting myself ready for when my sparring partner does come, so I can be as sharp as possible and be as good for you guys as possible, to teach you as well as himself some of the more advanced techniques, because you do forget a lot of stuff, and it's been a while since I've been in the ring as such. So at the moment, you see, what I'm doing is I'm on the bag. I'm just going to practice what I feel are new gleamer techniques that I'm trying to learn. That is essentially if you go into the Icelandic wrestling video that I've just done, that was the knee to the leg whilst pulling on the head to throw. But it's just, as I say, that the advantage of going on the bag like this beforehand, you can practice advanced techniques that you might not always do on your opponent. So I'm throwing feints here, as you can see. I'm throwing my right leg up, making it in my head the opponent think that I'm throwing a kick, but bang, the kick's coming from the other side, or it's coming straight after it. I'm just trying to develop my fighting style and fighting techniques in a manner that will really mess up my sparring partner, because I know he's afraid of kicks, so I want to develop my feints a little bit more. Now we're going on to sort of just heavy bag work involving both punches and kicks, so this is more realistic, and this is how, in my head now, I'm sparring for however long I'm on here for. I think it's a minute and a half. This is me sparring, so the pace will be a lot slower, it'll be a lot less forced. Whatever feels more natural will be going in. So I start with the classic teep right roundhouse kick combination. It's very much a Muay Thai attack, that is. And then you see me involving the punches as the bag's swinging around a little bit, getting a little bit too close. It's getting close, so I go in for a bit of clinch work, box some, and because you can't really do clinch on the bag. But then, as you can see, I'm mixing up kicks, punches. It'll come in from all angles, and the whole point is, for this particular one, as I say, to simulate what I would do in a sparring session. And bang, I'm starting to throw right elbows in now, and what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to attack my opponent from all kinds of angles. I'm attacking them from high, I'm attacking them low, I'm attacking them from the right, from the left, with my hands, with my feet, with my elbows. I'm using every tool that I have available to me. In my head now, I'm thinking, well, he's maybe a little hurt, I'm getting a little tired, so I want to fuck his head up with a few feints like I've just done then, and slow it down, pick him off. Remember, guys, I am a counter fighter, I am a counter boxer, so to speak, so I like to make my opponent make mistakes and then punish them for it. So on the bag, sometimes it will look like I'm going a little slow, partly because I believe in conserving energy and being intelligent in your fighting style, but also because I naturally am trying to look for mistakes. It's hard to look for mistakes on the bag because it's not making mistakes. All it is swinging around. But that can start stimulating your brain and thinking, well, if he's over there, you know, this is what you would do, and so on and so forth. It just gets you working at different angles. Right, this is my last little bit on the first session of martial arts that I did just before going to do my weights workout. Don't worry, guys, there's more martial arts coming after this because I do martial arts before and after my weightlifting. But I wanted to stretch off and make sure I was flexible for my weightlifting. And so what I do, as you can see here, this is perfect for the hip and the groin area. It's also very good for the legs because it develops strength and sense of balance as well. If you try this at home, guys, you'll be surprised how hard that is to balance on the one leg and keep your leg up there for a half reasonable period of time. Now, when you see me in the squat position like that, I'm going as low as I can, and I'm actually actively pushing my elbows against the inside of my knees. And I'm doing that to maximize the stretch. This is a stretching exercise, and there you go. You see, the leg knees are being spread apart that little bit further than what they naturally want to go. But it's also essentially a toning exercise. I'm toning the muscle strength in my legs. It's actually quite tiring doing that. And also, as well as that, it's also obviously increasing the flexibility to some degree. I'm now doing one-legged squats combined with a sort of an upward knee movement that is, in my opinion, will help develop some speed and precision of my knees when I'm in the ring, but also obviously warming up my knees for any squat that I might want to do. Now it's just purely flexibility, so simple leg raises, trying to keep the leg as straight as you can. Doesn't have to be perfectly straight. You just kick upwards basically and get as high as you can, and that just helps loosen all the muscles down the hamstring area. And now to the side. Okay, you don't go fully 100% to the side with this. Normally you can have a slight forward movement as well, especially when you haven't got a wall to lean against like I have here. If I was against a wall, I had a training partner to lean against, I might actually just go a little bit more sideways with these movements. But I wanted to show you guys the principles, and bear in mind, this is my workout, guys. This is me not training anyone. This is me just being selfish and doing what my body needs today. And so I'm doing all the stretches and the flexibility movements and the sparring and so on and so forth that works for me, that starts my mind, to sharpen my mind, as I saw on the bag, and that helps loosen up my body and warm it up like I'm doing now. At the moment, what you'll notice is I come forward on my hands just a little bit. This is a particular technique that I like to do. It helps regards touching the ground. So as you get in, it's actually easier to get into that touch your toes sort of position by doing that than it would otherwise be. You can see how bent over you can get. Just a little insight into my stretching, guys. Something that I don't really share that often with you guys because I do feel perhaps it is a little bit boring. Now, to finish off, I did a timed 2 minutes and 30-second round. So I'm on here for 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Fortunately, I couldn't hear the timer because I was only meant to be on here for 2 minutes. And I gave up at the end. I was like, I'm getting knackered. And I looked when I got back, and it just been 2 minutes and 33 seconds that I'd been actually fighting for. On this, I wanted to isolate myself just to boxing and boxing techniques alone. So there's no kicks, it's just punches. As you can see at the moment, the pace is fairly fast. Nice, crisp, precise punches, or at least for me. I'm not the fastest fighter. I like to just be precise. When I hit you, I want to hit you, and I do tend to do that quite well, as you've seen in the sparring sessions. But I'm not necessarily going to throw 1,000 punches in a second because I don't see the point. If one punch can do it, why throw three or four if you can do it in one? You know what I'm trying to say. Be very precise and powerful in your punches, and you can conserve your energy, especially considering that in my head I know I have to last a full 2 minutes, in this case 2.5 minutes, and I am trying to go at as fast a pace as possible, but with the consideration that I've got 10 rounds of 2 minutes ahead of me, so to speak. So I'm not pulling everything out of the bank, the energy bank, so to speak. I'm working it. And so what I'm trying to do now, you saw at the beginning of the round, obviously it was a lot further distance. It's a lot more striking. And it's great, this little bit here, of actually to show you the evolution of a fight. You start off far, you box each other, bang, bang, bang. As you get tired, the fight gets closer and closer and closer. You notice I'll start get closer to the bag. There'll be more clinching, even though there's no clinching as such in boxing. There'll be a lot of me holding the bag with my body and throwing low body blows. essentially, in my head, there you go, I'm trying to fight intelligently. I'm trying to slow the fight down now because I'm starting to get tired. I'm imagining perhaps I've got hurt as well as my opponent, so I want to bring it in, get my breather, but I also want to work your body, because hitting someone in the body is very, very good way of diminishing their own energy levels and making it harder for them to continue as long as possible. And you notice I often like to throw the right body hooks in there, follow it with a quick left jab, and it's a nice way to really damage them. But thanks for watching that, guys. Little insight into my training. See you soon. Goodbye.